Let's see here. Looks like it's locked. Checking something out. Maybe.
Are you allowed to do that?
Sure.
Really?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to or
I
not.
don't want to be on camera.
All right, well, you better run away then.
Are you putting on camera?
Not right now. I will make sure that you're not on any of my camera.
Wait, why are you doing this? Isn't this trespassing?
Nope, not for me.
So you don't follow the rules?
Sometimes. Man, that sure was a curious kid. I do know who owns this property, and actually my family had property usage rights back in the day, so I wasn't too concerned about where I was, but he sure was curious as I hopped the fence and ventured into these trees. So as I got to this tree, I realized that lots of the bottom branches now are old, rotten, and they were pretty skinny. So I stood here and kind of assessed, as like, how am I going to even get up to where these stronger branches are? A lot has changed in the past 3 decades since I climbed this tree. As you can see on these first branches here, they are quite skinny, not super strong, pretty brittle branches, so I made sure to stay close to the base of the tree until I could reach some stronger branches. Also, it was nice, there was a nice holly branch there. I will admit, as I was climbing up here, it has been many, many years since I climbed up a big pine tree, and I was realizing I used to just run up this tree like it was nothing, but it had more branches. Also, I probably weighed at least 100 pounds less. I was trying to figure out, as you can see right above my head there for a second, it showed a board that I used to sit on. We called this a tree house. We'll talk about that later. It wasn't really much of a tree house, but we did have boards nailed up here. These boards are probably at least 30 years old, so I wasn't sure if they would actually be steady anymore, or if they would hold any weight. But you can see there's boards with some boards underneath reinforcing. I decided, I think here, that I was going to go underneath the platform and try to approach it from the other side, so I could actually get some good branches to hold on to. So we'll see that here in just a second. So I managed to slide a leg up on that branch, got up on the boards here. If you look at that board, the left branch there is quite narrow and does not look to be super alive, so I was guessing it wasn't too strong. So I kept a good hold on those branches just in case. Anyway, I used to spend quite a bit of time up in this tree. Some neighbor kids are the ones who actually put the boards up here. They were a little bit older than me and my siblings, but we spent a lot of time hanging out up in this tree back in the day. Well, I'll show you what I'm looking at and where I am. Let's see if anyone can recognize this spot. We've got a lake out there. And actually, I am quite a ways up this pine tree, and there's a board up here, and I'll let you see this way. If you keep looking, we got some nails on this branch, got some more boards up there, and this is a full-size pine tree. And today I thought I'd come out here and see if the old tree fort was still here. I call it a tree fort. Most people just say, "Hey Scott, that was just some boards nailed on a tree." But as a kid, I used to come out and go on adventures out in these woods. And actually, for those of you who know me or knew me growing up, right over there is actually the house I grew up in, right there. And behind that fence, that is the backyard. So obviously I don't live there anymore, but that is the house I grew up in. And used to come down and where you can see all these bushes and property, pick blackberries, go on adventures. We had tons of trails out here, and it goes down to the lake out here. But it is very, very overgrown now. So it doesn't look like there are any trails anymore. It would be quite difficult to travel through here now. But anyway, just thought I would share. And there's Barnes Lake out there. All right, well, I am done with my little adventure today, finding my tree. Now I gotta make my way back down the tree. Was kind of fun to see some of the old boards. There's nails. Looks like most of the stuff's rotted away, and looks like quite a few branches have cracked or fallen down in storms. But pretty fun. Here we go. Well, I thought I would speed up the getting down this tree process. As many of you know, it's usually as complicated or more complicated to go down things than it is to go up, whether it's mountains, trees, up and down snow. I ended up facing away from the tree, which is probably not the recommended way to do it, but just how it was. Got those holly branches poking me, and as you can see, I am on all those skinny, kind of dead branches, and it is still a ways down at this point. So it was a good adventure. I decided not to let my kids climb the tree. They were over at the park, the playground at the elementary school that I went to growing up, and then
Well, pine pitch, just like the good old days. Have to clean up when I get home. Anyway, it's fun to kind of check this out and revisit the woods that I used to play in as a kid. Like I said, pretty overgrown, and obviously has not been maintained for decades now. Doesn't seem like there's any trails out here remaining. So there's actually, right over here, there's an old chain link fence, the original fence. It is inside of all those blackberries. You can kind of see the pole through there and some poles where the chain link's gone, but the fence used to come through here, and all out there was the play zone all the way down to the lake. Well, that's the old pine tree we used to climb. Sounds like there's an eagle or an osprey out here somewhere. Anyway, nice big tree. Another one that was sitting in the trees. Two right up there. See that one? Kind of hanging out up there. It's pretty cool.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed getting to reminisce a little bit and, you know, pretend I was a kid for a little bit in the outdoors. Enjoyed seeing these eagles once I finished my climb. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, share it with friends or someone that you think might also enjoy this video. I encourage you to continue to adventure, get outside, and remember, age is just a mindset. Have fun, get outside, be a kid. Anyway, until next time, and we'll see you soon.